you just abandon any precaution. You know, folks, something could happen here, and if it does, so what?
Hey friends, welcome to Nathan for Us, a Nathan Fielder fan podcast. My name is Kelly.
And hi, I'm Megan.
And apologies if anyone listened to last week's ep and was wondering what happened to our intro music. We got flagged on Spotify and I panicked in a moment of terror and took it down and re-uploaded it with no intro. So hopefully we'll be okay from here on out, but it was a very stressful evening for me.
And you didn't tell me about it because I'm like a small little baby who can't handle bad news. And you protected me.
Yeah, like to be fair, I saw the email from Spotify while I was at the World Series Game 7 and I was like, I can't be dealing with this right now. And then I actually read it when I was walking home. I was like already very upset. And I was like, I can't be doing this at this moment in time.
Yeah, we have had the same intro music forever. You can't be flagging us now. That can't be allowed.
Spotify, why would you do this to me?
Stop
this is
it.
A personal slight against our podcast.
This song really just sets the mood.
I know.
I just love it.
It feels like Spotify
it feels like
Spotify hates women. Okay? I'm just going to say it.
It really feels like it's our song. And I don't know who made it because it was some random royalty-free music you got. But dibs?
We can talk about it. It's a guy, Silverman Sound made it.
Oh, can we reach out to him and say, can you just give us the song? Can we have it?
Well, I think it's okay now. I think it'll be fine now. I think I just need to add a note to our show notes and it'll all be okay.
Okay. Please do not take down. Thanks.
We can't afford royalties in this economy, unfortunately, in this household. Okay, but we are back. We are going to be talking about the curse. We're almost at the end of it. This is episode 8, and the episode was called Down and Dirty. A little tease. We also have a voicemail to play at the end, discussing some Summit Ice stuff. So we will talk about that at the end of the pod. But yeah, Down and Dirty. We have a lot to get to, I feel.
Yeah, there was a lot of scene changes this episode, so I feel like our notes were longer than normal because so many different things were happening. I do think if Dougie and Asher were gonna fuck, it would be this episode, so I think you're out of luck. If not now, when? They went on a date, they did a little drive.
I'm not giving up hope yet.
Is that what you genuinely want?
No, not really. I would love something outlandish to happen. I feel
I think yelling at a small child to curse you is pretty outlandish.
Yeah, and crying was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. Maybe we can do it at the end. Maybe we draft who had the worst episode.
Every episode, everyone loses.
It's a race to the bottom, specifically. Yeah. I feel like this episode was especially bad. No one had a good week. So
that what Kara's friend had a great week. I forget his name. Brett.
Oh, Brett.
Brett had a good week. That guy's very funny.
He was funny.
He was there for the vibes. He was having his little burrito. He said his little bit. He got to go to some fancy house, do a little bit again. He's just giggling to himself. He's having a time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He wants to get paid. Also, the woman who runs the counter at the jean shop, she got a phone number. She got some new jeans.
She did seem to have a good week. We never really find out how old she is. She asks the teens their age, and I don't think they really answer her.
Yeah. I have like a syndrome where I assume everyone is my age if you like vaguely look in my generation. So I just assume everyone's my age. So I assume that like she as well would just assume that they're the same age.
Yeah, I mean, like she could be the same age as them. That's definitely
Yeah.
possible, but they were young. So,
Like
I don't know.
tweens or teens?
They were definitely like
They were,
teens. They were
yeah,
driving.
they were driving. Yeah. So above 16,
Yes.
getting
Well,
that
okay,
bank. Okay.
yeah, let's briefly discuss what happens here. So we open
Okay.
up, there's a bunch of teens, they're in a car.
Which is normally a nightmare. Like,
Yes.
in all situations, I never want there to be teens around.
Okay, but
They're
I
not
was
for me.
interested. I was very interested in the gossip that they were talking about because we get some info. Is Johnny a liar? Number one, and did Kelsey fuck him? Number two, and I would like to know as well what happened here. Like, give me the goss.
Yeah, I think you got all the goss, all the tea. They seem like they're on equal footing, though. Like, they're cheating on each other. They're both aware of it. They're both talking about it. So the bar is in hell for their relationship. They are the worst, but they're the worst together.
Yeah.
And yeah. Sorry, my cat's being real weird on the side. I have like my headphone case plugged in on the ground. She's like batting it and then rolling around and then just like flopped over in exhaustion. A hard day. Hard day.
Another hard day. The people going into the jean store.
It seemed like a
So
very easy day for them, actually. They just picked up
true.
fat stacks of. So word has gotten out that you can blatantly rob this jean store and no one cares at all. So one of the teens, I think sister or friends, went and robbed the jean store and has been telling people. So they each walk in. One of the teens goes to distract our friend at the front desk. I don't think she needed distracting, but he's hitting on her a lot, wants her number, wants to go to dinner, while his other friends just walk up and take huge stacks of jeans. While they're on the way out, she's like, oh, how many are you taking? So they're each taking like 6 pairs of $200 to $300 jeans and just walking out. She's like, oh, yeah, I want some for myself. So the guy who's chatting her up grabs a big stack of jeans for her too. So word is out and everybody is just taking big handfuls of jeans.
Yeah, I mean, I think the moral of the story here is that Enola is a very good employee. She's still on it, like taking inventory. Like, inventory never stops. Like, you got to make sure that you are marking down how many pairs of jeans were stolen that day.
Yeah. I mean, sold, really.
Yeah.
The jean store is thriving. They've sold $14,000 worth of jeans recently.
Yes.
Thank you
to Whitney.
to Whitney's parents for funding this endeavor. The teens are thriving. But like, who are you reselling these jeans to?
It's a good question. Who are you reselling the jeans to? And like, how are your parents not asking questions? Because we learn from this conversation that Enola has with her male suitor, I'm going to call him.
Yeah, we get no names that I remember.
Yes, we find out that he's not rich, but his parents are rich. So which is like a great place to be. But how do your parents not say something when you just show up with a stack of jeans at home?
And then you're selling them? I don't know. I feel like you can hide lots of stuff from your parents. I just don't understand who you're selling them to. Like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not buying $300 jeans on Facebook Marketplace.
I guess the idea is that you stole the jeans for free. So you like any profit, right? You could sell them for like $20 and you're making money on the free jeans.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when people stealing from any clothing store, really.
Jeans. Have you ever stolen anything?
No. That's not my bag.
Yeah. I think
it's
it
too
makes
stressful.
You too nervous. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we like hearing about heists, which like, again, this is a very poor heist.
I love hearing about a heist, but yeah, I don't think I'm competent enough, unfortunately, to pull it off. You
saw the pictures of the Louvre heisters, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And I saw the
What
video of them just like leaving out the balcony. They're just like skipping away.
But they're hot. They're kind of hot.
Yeah. Yeah, hot people get away with everything. All the top criminals of the year are just like hot men who just like the confidence of a hot man is unmatched. Like they just think they can get away with anything. Like we would never have the nerve.
It's
a hot
true.
man is like, oh yeah, no problem. I'll go rob that. I'll go kill that person. No big deal. Because they just like they have the confidence.
They have the Riz. Like you can get away with anything if you have enough Riz. Luigi Mangione, like
exactly
massive example of this. Yeah, I was like, who is a hot criminal? I'm like, oh, the hot criminal. Of course, Luigi Mangione.
Criminal of the year.
Honestly,
the hot criminal of the century.
He did nothing wrong. Like,
because he's a hot man with confidence. So why would he ever think he ever did anything wrong?
No, and like the American healthcare system is awful. And
it
like,
is.
you know, he at least did something.
Yeah, I don't know if murder's the right answer to most things, but I do think it is like very bold to just go and do in broad daylight. And the fact that he got caught because he was hitting on a woman at like Starbucks and took his mask down is also crazy.
Unreal.
Unreal.
But also like why would you narc on him?
Oh yeah. Starbucks.
I can't.
Wasn't it
like,
Starbucks?
I just am like, stop. Don't narc on Luigi Mangione. What's wrong with you?
And don't narc on the Louvre robbers. How did they get caught? Like, why do we know that? Why do we have their photos? How did they get caught?
I really didn't follow exactly how they got caught, but I think they still haven't found the jewels at least.
Well, if they have the people, they're gonna find the stuff.
I think the jewels are gone. Like the jewels got resold on Facebook Marketplace faster than those jeans.
Imagine. How did the Louvre
heisters? I like the word heisters. I don't think that's what you call them, but it's a fun description. I assume it was something silly, like they were trying to get on a flight.
It pulled up like a whole other crime.
Oh, they did a different crime?
No, I think that. Okay.
DNA samples were found at the crime scene.
4. There was 4 of them. I thought there was 2. The 4 left on 2 scooters headed towards eastern Paris. His DNA was found on the inside of the basket lift. Whoa. The Paris prosecutor said he denied involvement. His criminal record contains 11 previous convictions, 10 of them for theft. Man doesn't learn a lesson, but also who is he?
Oh my
37-year-old man.
Sorry, these are just suspects. These are simply the suspects.
Yeah, I don't think they posted his name because it just says a 37-year-old man with a record of theft.
Wait.
A 38-year-old woman accused of being an accomplice.
Meg, we've been tricked. This is so rude. These are not real.
Oh no.
Those hot men are not it.
No. This changes our theories.
Neither of these photos of the Louvre heist mugshot man is recent, and both can be traced back to the early 2010s. So these are just like random guys that are hot.
Did they also commit crimes, or is our whole theory out the window?
It seems like, I mean, those other people maybe have committed crimes. I'm so sad now. We're going to get the real Louvre heisters, and they're going to be not as hot. What if they're hotter? That would actually be really exciting. Fingers crossed. Watch this space.
What level of hot makes it okay that you've committed like a major crime?
Well, they didn't hurt anyone, I think, though.
That's really important to me, I think. Yeah, the murder is a rough hill to climb over. Stealing a few little gems, some little jewels.
Nobody needs that many jewels, okay?
Some jewels for the house. Just a little accessory. Sorry,
but teens stealing jeans.
Yeah,
we don't like that.
No, I don't like it. But also, no one is stopping them, and I do think it's Whitney's fault a little bit.
It's 100% Whitney's fault. She's gone so
The
far
store's
off the
just
deep
like
end.
free jeans, just take them by the stack. And then even when they're leaving, they're like, oh, I have 6. She's like, okay, mark it down. So like you don't
Yeah.
even feel like you're stealing at that point.
Well, and it's just so, like, she's just lost the plot so much with her point of, like, well, we don't want to be arresting people for petty crimes. And it's like, okay, but now you're literally just allowing people to become criminals just because it's
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah. But if they don't get charged and nothing bad happens to them, like, are they criminals if the store is letting them take the jeans? Are you a criminal if the store is like, this is fine?
Yeah, because as discussed, like, most stores tell you not to, like, chase after someone. You know, anyone who has ever seen a robbery happen, like, if you work in a store, if you're working retail, they tell you not to go after the person, not to do anything.
Yeah.
But
But like the store owner's not like trying to go on a date with you and is like, oh, grab some for me. Oh, how many
Fair.
is that? I'll mark it down.
fair.
Like I'd be
I
like,
mean,
hey girl, like we're good. This doesn't feel like I'm thieving.
yeah, it's true.
Make it a little harder for me.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have,
Yeah.
like, a wall of shame where it's like all of these people have stolen jeans. We let them get away, but, like, don't do
What
it.
would the
'Cause, like,
wall
public,
say?
like, literally wall of shame.
Jean
But, like,
thieves and theater masturbators.
and theater masturbators. Public shaming works. That's a real thing. It's like an actual tactic for
Non-public shame works too. I feel
It's
great
true.
shame constantly and it prevents me from doing so many things. Shame
So
is
true.
powerful.
Shame is very powerful. It's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see the jean stuff go down, and then we see our friend Fernando. He's back, and he's got a crew.
This is not my favorite Fernando scene.
It's a little rough, but I mean, okay, what is he supposed to do, right? In
A
his perspective,
conversation, right?
well, he has the conversation, but like from his perspective,
But-
he's been hired to be the security guard, and Whitney's just letting people steal. So he's like, it's making me look like I'm bad at being a security guard because you're just allowing all of these people to come in and commit crime in our neighborhood. Yeah, they're teenagers, and like, is it
Some?
it's yeah, we don't know who else has been stealing too. It could be anyone, and like, who knows if these people are then going and doing other crimes in this neighborhood, like, because they've been kind of
been empowered.
Yeah, I was thinking that
They're like the
empowered.
crime life is so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy to be a criminal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But I do think you could just walk up to Whitney and Asher and just like have the conversation. Like Whitney tries to listen too much. Like she tries to get people's opinion too much. And I think showing up with a group of people with guns is like pretty out of pocket, to be honest.
yeah, I think the thing is, like, we don't know much about Fernando's backstory, so it's kind of hard to judge, I guess, because it's like we don't know if he is coming from like maybe a gang background or something like that, right? Where it's like, this is how he knows how to like talk to people. This is like his method. And to his credit, it is effective.
Very effective, but you have no relationship with Whitney and Asher anymore, who are your bosses, right? Like
Yeah.
they're your employer. Imagine walking up to your employer with a group of friends with guns, like super mad, to their personal home. Like that kind of seems like a lot.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it works. We learned that Whitney spent around $14,000 on all the jeans. Also, Asher tries to intimidate Fernando, and Fernando laughs him off and calls his bluff.
And then Asher's like, I was so ready to take a bullet for you. And Whitney does not give a fuck. No one has ever cared less about their husband standing up for them at all. She's almost wishes he didn't.
Well, and she's like, oh, he's a little bitch. Like, he wasn't going to do anything about Fernando, too.
Don't call Fernando a little bitch. He would do something.
Yeah, I feel like we know he has multiple different guns at this point.
Yeah. He won't stop anyone from robbing a jeans store, but
Yeah. He also has two brothers who will back him up.
his boys.
His boys.
The boys.
The boys are back. I feel like honestly Asher should join Fernando's gang. I think it would be really good for his
Oh.
confidence.
He does need confidence. I also feel like a wholesome group of boys. Like a little boy gang, but like a little group.
You're
like
thinking
so
of you're thinking of the guys on the bikes who deliver the flyers and Finding Francis.
I love a little boy group.
Yeah, I feel
genuine male friendship.
Yeah, Asher
It's
should
special.
join Fernando's crew.
Yes.
And I think it would be really good for him. He could get some confidence. He could get some male
Mhm.
friends who are like, honestly, like probably equivalent to Dougie in terms of
More so.
kind of morality.
I mean, I feel like they would be much better for him. He would get a lot of self-confidence.
A hobby, maybe he could take up like learning to shoot a gun.
Yeah. That's an okay hobby. I like picture them playing like board games at night.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know much about Fernando other than that his mom is sick and he worked security at some point. So
Yeah.
So yeah, this conversation between Asher and Whit after Fernando leaves is so rough. Asher also brings up the fact that they had promised Fernando a job when Whitney
Mhm.
says, "Oh, we'll just like start charging rent to the stores because we know once we do that they'll basically have to leave and we'll film all the scenes before we start doing that."
Mhm.
And Asher's like, "Well, we promised Fernando a job. He has a sick mom." And Whitney, in an insane, like, the worst we've ever seen her, mocks Asher for caring
Oh.
about Fernando's sick mom.
This was so crazy. The baby voice and then the weird like Asher voice was maybe my least favorite minute of this show ever. And the Gatorade scene really made my skin crawl. But this was so bad.
It was very bad. Colin hasn't been watching this show with me just because
Mhm.
we've been like busy. Our schedules haven't like lined up where we can watch it together. And he hasn't caught up. So he hasn't seen a bunch of the episodes, but he saw this scene and he was like, "She's so awful." And he hasn't even seen like the rest of the series. And he's like, "Why is she
Yeah.
so awful?"
Yeah. I don't know how you like, if someone gives you the ick, there's some
Yeah.
things that are hard to come back from. I feel like this would be unbelievably difficult to come back from if your spouse puts on an insane baby voice to mock you. I don't know.
Mock you for caring about another person.
Which is what she loves to do or pretend to do. Shouldn't
Yeah.
you be happy with this? I don't know. It was pretty crazy.
The change up is wild. I feel like there's no way we're getting a Whitney redemption arc at this point. Like, this episode really sealed it that, like, okay, no, she's just awful.
But Asher loves her and says he would have nothing without her. He
Oh my
loves
god,
her still.
I'm dreading where we're
The
going
cut.
with the cuts.
The cuts are going to be so crazy.
I'm actually like genuinely, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to watch it. I might be watching it like through my fingers.
We can watch it together.
It's like when you know in a horror movie that a jump scare is coming. I feel like that is what's happening with the Fliplanthropy.
Every question, they renamed it. I don't know if Asher knows that yet.
Oh, true.
But every question they asked about his ex, I was
Oh my
like, they're
God.
going to make it seem like you're talking about Whitney. Like, it's going to be so bad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, we can talk about a bit about some of his answers.
Yeah.
So Asher goes to film some ITMs, some confessionals with Dougie, and Dougie's asking him a lot of leading questions, asking him about him and Whit. He calls them the perfect couple. It's like a fairy tale romance, and he asks Asher what he loves most about Whitney. Asher calls her selfless, true, pure. He feels lucky to stand in her shadow. And he caps it
That's
off
what I'm
with
saying.
Whitney is a better person than me.
This is what I'm saying. When Whitney thinks that Asher is not on her level, like, she wants someone in her shadow. Like, this is exactly who she wants. It's crazy.
Do we think he was always like this, or has he just been like beaten down?
Well, apparently he liked being a cuck, right? That's what we gathered from the scene. Possibly to Dougie and his ex. Do we think that's what happened?
I think he was talking about his ex. Like that he wanted to do that with his ex. Like he wanted to watch his ex have sex with another man, but
have sex
that's how
with
I read
Dougie?
It. Oh, you think it was with Dougie?
I think
Whoa.
it might have been. I think
okay, that's crazy.
Because how else would Dougie have known about it? Like, I think Asher asked him if he would do it with his ex-girlfriend.
I don't think so. I feel like he just mentioned it as like.
Why else would you bring that up? There's no casual conversation that comes up.
Fair. That's so fair. Like, there is no casual way to bring that up. But I do feel like Dougie is so fucked up that, like, maybe Asher was trying to make him feel better and was like, oh, I'll tell you something fucked up.
I don't know. They've been friends for a really long time.
Maybe it's been his dream to do this for a long time.
And maybe that's why you've been sensing some sexual tension.
Maybe.
Because of what he's seen. And Dougie knows all about Asher's cherry tomato.
He does.
It's all
we all know at this point. Everyone knows. The comedy class knows.
Everyone knows.
Whitney's dad knows.
The firefighters could sense
firefighters knew. Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah, it's just a tough scene to watch. We also learn that Asher is really into speakers that he's put into the house. There's 11 of them and a subwoofer, and Dougie makes him repeat that a few times. I'm like, what? Where could we be going with that line? Will this come up again, or was that just like a throwaway to make it seem like they're really talking about the house?
Well, I think that they were genuinely talking about the house in that one, and that, I guess, what's it called, like an audio file, like when you love speakers. I unfortunately know little to nothing about speakers.
Excuse you. One time you called out our friend's speakers for looking like a pair of buttholes.
They do. They looked ridiculous. Like the middle part did. And he spent like a lot of money on these speakers. And I was like, who's going to tell him? Kind of looks like butthole speakers. But he knew. But I guess the sound quality was good. Well, yeah, because we made a poll. Well, I made a poll.
You made a poll. I think you brought it up.
I thought, there's people you've known for like big chunks of your life. Like friends don't let friends put speakers that look like buttholes in their living rooms without them knowing about it. Like you just have to make sure that they know and are okay with it. Because if you spend all this money on the speakers, and this is before they bought them, you don't want to realize like, oh no, what did I just put in my living room?
It's true.
But he knew and he got them anyway, and I think it's really crazy.
I did just Google like speakers that look like buttholes.
Because
I was like,
history's
well, I was
crazy.
just thinking
You're like
if I'm
hot criminals, speakers that look like buttholes.
I was just thinking, if I'm listening to the podcast, I'm gonna want to see the butthole speakers. So I was like, how easy is it to find them? And it's actually more challenging because I actually don't know how to search for them other than speakers that look like buttholes.
I think he sent us the link to them at some point. So
I don't want to
post it in the show notes. We can do the digging.
Yeah, we'll find them.
Apparently they are very good speakers. I know someone very into speakers who I asked about it because these were bothering me so much. And I listen to music off of like my phone. So it's not like I have high audio quality in my life or anything like that. But I just think it's a little goof city.
Goof city.
Goof city, baby. In your living room. But maybe it's kind of an art piece,
It could be. I think if you were that kind of artist. provocative art.
It's provocative and I like it.
It's provocative.
But apparently these speakers, you can paint right over them, doesn't affect the sound quality. That feels impossible to me.
It does feel not possible, but that's cool if it exists.
If it's true.
Yeah.
So I think that that's maybe something that Asher is really adding to the passive houses, something that's really interesting, because we really see the passive houses, and especially this episode, Whitney is talking about how it's her art and how like amazing and innovative and like enticing her art is of these houses. And now we get to see kind of Asher's contribution. So unless there's something about a subwoofer that Dougie can twist into him saying something quite strange, I think that this one was genuinely about the show.
Yeah, I feel like just to kind of talk a little bit about later on when Dougie also like really tries to make Asher admit that he doesn't do a lot of the handiwork in the houses.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, he's like, I really want you to say that you hire people to get down and dirty for you, which I also thought was I don't know.
Was he gonna make it something about being a cuck? He's like, I hire people to get down and dirty for me. Like, that's a weird thing to push. And giving Freckle a lot of credit as well. You know, Freckle does a great job. But
yeah.
actually, what's funny is we do see Asher with Abshir and the houses that they do own. Like, he is the one to go and to test the, I guess, spooky water in the roof, which didn't go anywhere. He is the one to like change the lights and do all these things. Like, he is the one who shows up in the middle of the night to switch a battery.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't hire a project manager or some company to go and manage the properties for him. Like, he is the one who shows up to do the really simple, quote unquote, down and dirty tasks. So it is kind of funny, his perception and what he's trying to project onto Asher versus we actually see him go and do these things and not the glamorous jobs. And Dougie's even with him during this. So it is very interesting.
Gosh. Yeah. We'll circle back to that, but I guess we'll chat a little bit about Cara and her lunch at Conchita Grande, where we meet
Those
her
burritos,
friend Brett.
Okay, Brett is the star of this episode, I think.
Yes.
Probably. I feel like a drunk night, you would praise a burrito with this enthusiasm before eating it.
Oh my God. I loved him blessing the burrito. It was so funny.
Yes, it was very funny. So pretty much Brett has heard about Whitney from Cara and kind of how over the top she is and how much she agrees and how she wants like a cultural representative on the show. And he seems to know that Whitney, whether he thinks it's from the production company or her, is paying Cara a lot of money.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, you know, playing it up, trying to be a great cultural representative, really going over the top. And what I thought was very funny is that Whitney says, oh, like that was weird of him. And typical Whitney would really not be picking up that it's a joke. And I think she would be taking it overly seriously. But we see in this moment her kind of almost rolling her eyes, being like, oh, that was weird, after he blessed the burrito. Like, she did have some sort of awareness, which is very rare for her. But she did seem to understand that this was a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if it's partially like she's so out of sorts because of this entire like jeans thing that's been going on. We hear her version of the jeans story where she's explaining it to Cara, and I wonder if that has just put her kind of off kilter, which is why she says like, oh, that was weird. Like, I feel like her facade drops for a while. Obviously Brett is like playing up this stereotype of being like, you know, a mystical native person.
Yeah.
In like
he really
even the way yeah, even like the way he's talking, he like adopts a different cadence and all these things. But it felt very much like Wit's kind of perfect mask was slipping a little when she was like, oh, that was so weird.
Yeah. I liked it.
Because like what if he was being genuine?
He was like, it was so obvious, like blessing, like everything he was saying, like you could tell it was over the top, like, oh, blessing the burrito. Like it was like very over the top and silly, where I think it would have been expected for her to take it very seriously. But I'm glad that, it felt like for once something a tiny bit real from her, which is so very rare.
Yeah. Yeah, and we hear that hate is a passion that often resembles love from Brett, which I thought was a funny
That
quote from him.
that I liked.
I did
That
too.
was deep.
I thought all of his like over the top, like putting on
He's
this
just
character
dropping
quotes,
wisdom.
they were actually really fun.
Do you have a
I guess
favorite line?
I think the hate one was really funny. I think the one when they're talking about art when he's outside was very
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the exact wording was, but I really liked that one.
Yeah. He had some good lines.
Yeah, very very funny character. I'm glad we got someone new this episode. But yeah, so they're gonna go to this meeting with a guy called Vivi that we don't know very much about at this point, but we learn later he's basically this like rich eccentric guy who's possibly a weapons dealer, it seems. And yeah, Kara is like, well, I have to put in this FaceTime with someone I don't like because they might buy my art.
And then looks at Whitney.
Yeah.
Which, like, Whitney must have picked up on that, but who knows? But for the show, Whitney doesn't think that there's enough footage of her outside of her relationship with Asher. So for whatever reason, she really wants to be an icon in the art world and wants some B-roll of her going and mingling with like the local art community and some highbrow people. So she goes, they send a cameraman, and she realizes that they didn't send anyone to do sound. So they have a questionable speaker situation, but she makes the best of it, rolls with it, and we get to see her going and being super fake and smiley and looking at different art pieces in the house and skipping around to say hello to people and wanting to sound like she's very knowledgeable about art, even though it's supposed to just be B-roll and no audio.
Yeah. I mean, we can just talk about like the whole scene at Vivi's house if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do learn, so sorry, he's a military contractor, I believe is what Marjorie says that his role is. And I feel like there's a couple of interesting things during this whole scene. We also see there's kind of like a younger artist that's like almost like hanging off of Vivi's arm. And I feel like to me this seems like almost like Kara feels like she's being replaced. Especially at the end when we see them kind of like stumble away and Kara's just watching them leave. But yeah, what did you, I don't know, this was a very like long scene where I feel like we learned a lot about everything to do with Kara and Whitney.
Yeah, so we see that when Whitney arrives, Kara is in a private meeting with Viv. And when she emerges, we learn that it didn't necessarily go well and that they were really hoping a piece would get bought, but something happened. And I think what we're assuming is that Viv has kind of moved on to this other young, hot artist. And that's probably something that he does, where he finds a hot artist, buys some of their pieces, kind of wines and dines them. And what's interesting is that Kara is kind of saying, oh, I have to put in FaceTime with people I don't even like because they might buy my art. But we see her being visibly disappointed when she's not getting that attention that she's expecting. Like, I think in her mind, she's the one who doesn't actually want to be there, but is going to let it happen and be wined and dined, not expecting to get rejected back. And I think that that's what's being implied in this scene. And so then what's interesting is that later, when we have Whitney trying to get B-roll, but is actually trying to tell Kara, like, oh, say this about my houses. Tell me how artistic they are and how our pieces fit so well together. I think that's normally a scene where Kara would have said no. I'm not comfortable saying this. Oh, let's just talk about something else. You're not even going to use the audio. Let's just chit chat about this friend of mine and would change the subject. But I think because she had just been rejected by Viv, and Kara is someone who does buy art from her, I think she felt this added pressure to actually give into that conversation and to repeat back what Whitney was telling her to say on camera, because we really hear Whitney narrating to Kara what she wants to hear. And I do think it's very uncharacteristic of Kara to give in so much.
Yeah, well, I think similar to like Whitney kind of saying like that was weird thing. I think Kara's like a little bit out of sorts with everything that's going on around her. And I feel like she's in such an awkward position now because she knows she's getting paid this $20,000 to be the quote unquote cultural consultant. But really, we all know that like basically it's a handout from Whit to like pretend to be her friend on this show.
Yeah.
So I feel like Kara just knows like she needs to play the game. She's bummed out that she didn't get the money from selling the art. And I think that that also plays into being like, okay, well, I didn't make any money selling my art tonight. So like maybe this is what I have to do. I was going to say, I weirdly listened to a podcast that was fairly like on this topic this week. The podcast is called Diabolical Lies. I can't remember if I've talked about this podcast before.
I haven't heard of it.
They cover a ton of like cultural issues, ranging from like feminism. They did like a whole episode on Luigi Mangione, for example. They do a lot of stuff. It's very interesting if you want to hear like a feminist perspective on a whole range of topics. Highly recommend. But this week's episode was called Ethical Consumption and the History of Selling Out. And so a lot of, I was like, on point.
Nice. So take it away.
Yeah, well, a lot of it was discussing, if you remember, the recent comedy festival that was happening in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Or the one that was funded by the Saudi royal family. So part of it was talking about stuff like that. And similar to this situation where, is it ethical for Kara to be selling her art to this person who's like a military contractor? She feels icky doing it. It's like, you know, in your heart that maybe this isn't something that you want to be doing, but also at the end of the day, you're an artist and you need to make money. But yeah, I would highly recommend listening to this podcast if you want to hear a whole bunch about just generally like artists and making money. They talk a lot about how in like the book world, it's really like unheard of to basically be like, I'm writing this book to make money, and how that like will get you labeled as a sellout. They talk about Nirvana and kind of how their whole thing about selling out, which was really in that day just signing to a major label. But yeah, so I guess the question is do we think Kara is a sellout?
Yeah, a little bit. No, like, but I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. Like she's saying, you have to put in FaceTime with people you don't like, and not just as an artist, like as a working person. You need to either you have a customer or a boss or a coworker. Like everybody makes concessions in life. Just being a reasonable human being walking through the world, like you have to appease people and like the general public in some way. Like if you're walking down the street and someone's like really slow in front of you, like are you going to be awful or are you just going to walk around them? Like you make decisions all the time for other people to be seen as a polite person in the world. And I think selling your art to someone isn't that unethical. Like if you're selling weapons to someone you know is going to use them to hurt other people, like that I would say is unethical. But art, I think it's okay to sell it to whoever. I guess for her perspective, it's more of like a cultural reason for her art to be sold to perhaps the wrong person. But I think it's different. Like if no one's going to be physically hurt, or if they're not taking your art and burning it or doing something crazy with it. Like if someone's appreciating your art, I don't see why that would be such a negative, but I'm not an artist.
Yeah. Well, I feel like one thing kind of like a parallel to this is when you think about people who make music maybe, or even like write books, and they're just taken in the completely wrong way. Like people who read The Handmaid's Tale and they were like, like that's the way we should be living. Like we should be enslaving.
There's a very specific group of people
who maybe
they're like,
things,
that looks great.
Who are like, oh, like I think this art is for me, and like I think that this is like meant to be taken this way.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just an interesting world that we're living in, where especially something like art, books, movies, TV, all of that kind of stuff, characters, you can see them and they have so much reach compared to even like 20 years ago, where it can reach this group of people who maybe never would have seen it before. And like those people might think, oh, like I get this, like this is for me. Like, yeah, we should be enslaving women, for example. Sorry,
Yeah,
I saw
we went to like really different extremes. I was like, oh, you have to be polite to people in life.
Yeah.
And you're like, they want to enslave women. I'm like, wait, I am in fact against that.
No. I think it's just two. It's not even like point counterpoint. It's just 2 points.
Yeah.
You know, art can be taken
Definitely.
any way, and the wrong group of people might see a piece of art in a way that the artist didn't intend. But at the same time, like if you're putting your art out there, that's just the way it's going to be. Like,
Yeah, like I've heard a lot of musicians will say like they'll write a song for them from their perspective, and as soon as it's put out into the world, it's no longer just their song. Like people will connect it to their own life experience or their own moment, or it'll be playing in the background during something significant. Like the music is owned by everyone and their own experience. Like so much of memory can be connected to a song or a time, and when something's happening, whether it's like, you know, wedding songs are a thing. So art can just really be interpreted in a lot of different ways. And as an artist, if you're going to be okay with selling it to anyone, and again, art doesn't necessarily hurt people as much as like being a weapons dealer. But you know, you got to make some concessions if you want, unless like you can be super picky. I think that would be everyone's dream, where you create this amazing art and you can choose who buys it because you're just so flush with buyers.
yeah. And like I feel like there are certain people who are famous enough or have enough money to be like, yeah, I'm going to say like I don't want these people to enjoy my books or my music or whatever it might be. Whereas like Cara, she's a working artist. She doesn't have a lot of money. We saw her putting her money cash in her freezer with a lock on it. Like she's, you know, not flush with cash.
She put a lot of money in her freezer
Yeah.
though with a lock on it.
That's true, but she's definitely not like flush with cash. So it's kind of a different, I don't know, it's like a different ball game when you're lower to middle class versus, you know, the 1% who is already famous, has a lot less to lose.
And most people have no idea who's buying their products. Like it's posted
true.
online, you're given an address, you send it out. Like it's very rare that you get this intimate connection and conversation with someone before they purchase something for you in most situations.
Yeah, can we talk a bit about the structure of performance? So Whit tells Cara that she loved the performance when they're having this conversation, and she really pushes Cara to answer whether or not she was supposed to eat the turkey. And Cara explains that slicing the meat was representing herself giving up pieces of herself every day, whether or not she wants to, and the choice of, you know, eating it or not is up to the person experiencing the structure.
So I think what's very interesting about this is that Whitney knows, and they even comment on the audio actually being very good in this moment. So we know that this isn't just going to be B-roll, that the audio happens to be very good in this quiet space. And the whole thing with the structure was that you're not supposed to talk about what happens in the structure. And Whitney couldn't help herself immediately after. And we did see Asher say, oh, you know, I'm not supposed to talk about it. But now the one time she has a chance to talk to Cara about it, she wants it filmed for television. So it is very interesting. But I also I do feel like I relate to wanting to know so badly if you did the right thing. Like, did I do this experience correctly? Like, can I have some validation? And it's like, well, that's not even what it's about. Like, you could have chosen either outcome and it doesn't really matter, because the point is that she's like slicing away pieces of herself to give to other people, and other people are taking it and using it. So it's like not the point, but also I feel like that would be me like dying, like, did I do the right thing? Was that what I was supposed to do? And like not letting it go for how long has it been? Months? Weeks?
It's been a while. I feel like the thing too, I do agree. Like I think I too would be very curious, especially like from Whit's perspective. She thinks they're really good friends.
Yeah.
So I see her being like, "Oh, can we just have a kiki? Like, tell me if I was supposed to eat the turkey or
Girl,
not."
Finally, let me know.
Yeah, but at the same time, it does make it kind of like Whit, you fully. Not only did you miss the point of the structure as a whole and the art piece, but you kind of like went even a step further than missing the point by not even considering what was actually happening there and only focusing on yourself. Like Whitney is so self-centered that literally all she cares about is if she did the right thing or not. And that's it.
Yeah. And can we talk about the scene with the random man and the grapes and the
My
elevator?
God. Yes. Sorry, we skipped that.
Yeah, I do want to discuss it. So Whitney is like casually flipping through a very artistic book, being very highbrow in a glamorous house, getting some gorgeous B-roll. And a man like creeps around the corner and offers her grapes and asks her if she wants to go check out an elevator with him. And she like immediately is like, yes, I'll take a grape. Like, yes, show me the elevator. Like, oh, cameraman, follow this. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
do you want to make it seem like you're going to go fuck this random dude?
Yeah, I don't understand what her end game is with this whole scene.
Okay, I think she wants to come across as very desirable. Like she's in this very expensive house and she's surrounded by these incredible artists who are having incredible conversations about very nuanced things, and she is being desired by someone who would be in a house like this. And I think they are setting up in multiple situations, like, oh, the firefighter's hitting on her. Like, I think she wants to come across as very intelligent, artistic, and desirable. So almost no matter what is offered to her, like, she always takes it.
Yeah.
And so even this grape, like this man you don't know, although like you're at the same party, it's probably okay. It's a grape. But he just like weirdly pulls out this small bunch of grapes and makes it seem like he was trying to say the word rape, I think.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
I think
it was
fine.
really weird. This guy is like very strange. Like, do not accept grapes
very
from strange men.
From strange men in Vivi's house.
And I think I have mentioned this before, but like the one time I had to go to the emergency room, like, is because I ate a grape. So trust.
So you were triggered. You were triggered by this scene.
I was a little triggered. Yeah, a grape seed got like lodged in the top of my throat.
Yeah.
But so I just don't like it. I don't want them around.
Yeah. I hated this. I was also trying to figure out, well, first of all, I went on IMDb to figure out who this guy is, and he's only referred to as friend of Vivi. So we don't even have a name. But I was trying to see on IMDb if he was in earlier in the season. Remember she randomly went to that like Sikh gathering?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I was like, was he there? But he wasn't credited in any other episode. So it seems like he wasn't specifically at that gathering.
That would have been cool. That would have been a cool callback.
Yeah. But yeah, it was very odd. I don't know. I hated this. And like he's like, let me show you the elevator, and then it's just a bathroom. They only disappear for like a second or two.
But the cameraman's going to cut that. Like, it's not going to seem like they went into an elevator for a second or two, or a bathroom is way worse. Like, if the camera did catch that it was a bathroom that they're, like, going into and closing the door, like, it is very weird. And, like, has she just decided she's done with Asher? Because I feel like she's actually going to cause a problem, and he's going to want to leave, and then she's going to panic and change her mind. Like, because I think she feels very powerful right now and isn't real, like, is like, oh, not thinking about the consequences of her actions. Like, if you're genuinely fine with losing your husband, who you seem to really dislike, okay, that's fine. But I do feel like all these domino are going to fall and she's going to panic and want to backtrack.
Yeah. Can you quiet quit on your marriage? Because I feel like
think
that's
yes.
what's happening here.
It doesn't feel very quiet. I just think Asher is not aware of it because he's
Yeah.
not. He's thinking about the chicken at the fire hall. He's not thinking about the firefighter. He has heard none of these confessionals where she's absolutely ripping him a new one. And now she's like pretending to sneak off and like hook up with this random guy at a party. I don't understand. So I feel like all of this together, he's going to watch it come out and is going to be very surprised and thrown aback.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall we talk about boys' night? I feel like we've covered what we had going on at the Vivi art show.
Yes. Now, you are an excellent baker. Were chocolate chip cookies with a little sea salt the perfect baked good for this event? Or what would you make? I've been curious.
I do feel like if you're doing this like expensive art show, like okay, a chocolate chip cookie is a great little dessert, but it doesn't feel upscale enough in my opinion. Like if you're gonna do a chocolate chip cookie, like it's got to be like dark chocolate. It's got to be brown butter. Like I'd probably do something
flaky
like a little maybe like flaky salt. I'd probably like do a little miso situation to make it like a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that sounds
I feel like
very good.
I'm actually like kind of hungry now, to be honest.
Same.
But
I don't know if have you seen like the girl dinner plate on TikTok? I literally like I went and got all the ingredients.
Oh. You're having yourself a little savory girl dinner.
Yeah, and then someone came over and I was like, "Oh, do you need me to stop and pick up actual food, or like are you also okay with just girl dinner?" And so we had girl dinner and I was like, "Okay, this is great." But if anyone doesn't know, it's just like a little snack plate that's going around on TikTok and Instagram, and it just looks so good.
Yeah, it's like a little charcuterie for one type of situation.
Yeah, but they have like, she made like hash browns to use as almost like crostini, some sourdough bread, tzatziki, hard-boiled eggs, like red onions with like salt and pepper, a little feta, a little balsamic. Like it's a whole, like some cheeses and some meats. I made some chicken. Like it's a whole situation that was very delicious. And I do think charcuterie would have been better at this art event than like some random woman's chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, but Vivi didn't have any food.
Yeah, and like everyone took notice. They were like, he's a millionaire. I thought there would be dinner.
Yeah, it's crazy to not have dinner at something like this.
Are millionaires like expected to serve food more so than other people?
I'd say so. Even like if I go to any event for work and there's not like food and coffee, like I'm filling out that survey and I'm complaining after being like, where were the snacks? Like I was hungry. I was wasting away.
For every work like meeting or event, everyone's like, if you want people to show up to it, have food. Yeah. And that's a rule we should all live by.
Yeah,
and if
the
it's
bare
a morning
minimum.
meeting, oh man. I will say I went to a morning meeting once and in it they mentioned coffee. So I did read it a little quickly apparently, but I assumed, oh, we're coming in early so that all of like the directors and supervisors can meet because we all have different schedules. So I had to go in at like 7:30 or 7 o'clock for this meeting. And it talked about coffee. So I was like, oh, great. They're going to have coffee. But no, they said like, oh, everyone bring your coffee.
No.
Yeah. I showed up. I'm the only one who didn't read it properly because I was like, oh, I thought there would be coffee. And they were like, oh, we said bring your coffee. And I was like, what? So I was
That's
like,
crazy.
I was like, I'm going to need to come back. And also, they said the meeting, I think it was at like 7, but it was actually at like 7:15. But I showed up for 7 because they were like, oh, we wanted to make sure everyone would actually be here on time. So I was like, okay, I have 15 minutes. Like, I'm going to go and get a coffee and I'll come back. But also, I'm not going to forget that you did this to me. And my boss was like, oh, that would have been a better thing to do. And I was like, it's crazy you mentioned coffee at this meeting and you didn't provide coffee after making me come in 2 hours early to work.
No, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah. And I don't
Oh
know
my
how
God.
everyone else, I think it was just me, but I was one of the people on time. So at least I could go rectify the situation, but it was almost an absolute disaster. It felt kind of like a disaster still. But, and
Yeah, I would have
you
been
know what?
pissed.
We're not millionaires. So maybe that was my mistake.
Yeah, I mean, Vivi should have had food. Like that's a given.
Yeah.
But we can talk about Asher and Dougie's food. Asher
Okay, we
and
really
Dougie's
have
dinner.
to. We really must. You made some
Yes.
excellent restaurant notes that I thought were very good.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so I feel like we've already covered like Dougie and Asher. They discussed the weird cuck thing. We're unclear if Asher wanted Dougie to have sex with his girlfriend and watch, or just any man.
It is a
Um,
question.
yes. I think we'll have to circle back and hopefully that'll come up again. I don't know. Hopefully, what am I saying?
Hopefully.
Hopefully that comes up again. Like, I don't know if I want that to come up again.
We
but
want answers to something. Imagine
yes.
this whole season ends and we get no casino wrap up. No, like there's so many things we know. No chicken conclusion.
Yeah.
Like if it's just another 2 episodes just like this, and there's just no like ending.
Yeah.
There's an
well, okay.
elusive tree that Stuart
Has
has
mentioned.
discussed, which I think
Yeah.
about so much. That man has like ruined the rest of the show. I'm always like, where's the tree? What's the tree
Where's
doing?
the tree? Oh my God.
He said it was like near one of the houses, though. I think hopefully not Abshir's house, but a tree is doing something questionable.
I think it's outside of Whitney and Asher's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say we did see at the beginning of the series when Asher and Whitney were having sex. Can I say that on YouTube? When they were boning, she was using a device and calling it Steven, I think.
Oh my God.
Right? Was that the name? I can't remember for sure. So this does like track with that kind of whole scenario where then Asher was just like watching and he was like, "Can I join?" And she was like, "No."
He's like, I'll come back later. He's like, can
Yeah,
I
he was
watch?
like, yeah.
What was
She
he like?
was
What
like,
did
"No."
he say? He's like, can I listen?
Yeah, she was like, "No, close your eyes" or something.
I forget.
It's rough.
It was crazy.
We should have known then.
I think
should
in
have
our
known
hearts we knew.
Yes. But yeah, so Asher and Dougie go to dinner after an awkward exchange where Dougie tells Asher to buy him dinner.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a nice, like, take me to dinner. You know,
Take me to dinner.
Take me to
dinner first. You see,
I
this
wish I
was
had the
flirty.
confidence to say that to someone. Just like, just take me to dinner. Like, take me to dinner already.
You got to buy me dinner first.
Yeah, you literally got me like a present that is like, I'll take you to dinner. And I'm like,
yeah, we haven't gone.
I'm like, it's too
It's
nice.
been so long.
I put
We
it
need to
under-
go.
I went to Taskmaster, the live experience in London, and I got like a Taskmaster magnet that says like, put something important like under this magnet. And I'm like, this is my most important thing.
Yeah, Meg doesn't want to cash in her Nobu dinner from me.
It's too nice of a gift. It's like, how do you ask someone to do that?
We gotta just go.
So
we gotta
the
just pick a
confidence to
date.
be like, just take me to dinner. I'm like, whoa, okay, do it.
Yes. And they end up, it seems like they're back at the same Chinese restaurant, maybe, that Dougie was at before.
Oh,
I couldn't tell for
okay.
sure.
I'd have to go back and check. Mars is joining us.
Oh, good. Okay, but the crazy thing is...
it's been a lonely podcast sitting here by myself, so...
No cats to be seen.
Now we got some cats. They're like
Okay.
food?
I was so confused, though, because they're eating tortilla chips, but, like, this is a Chinese restaurant. From what I can tell, there's dragons everywhere.
This was an excellent point that you made, and I did focus on it a lot after I read that. And so there's, like, these... It almost looks like D&D figurines, more so. In the middle of the table, Dougie is, like, shoveling tortilla chips. And the random half chicken that he ordered later looked like roast chicken. I was like, what kind of food is this restaurant? And was it good?
It looked
and I think even if you order half a chicken as a prank to the table, like, you try a bite.
Yeah.
in the
I
moment
feel like,
while it's hot. Like, you have to try
yeah,
a bite.
have a little nibble.
Yeah, a little. Every now, okay, every roast chicken I buy when I'm alone, I take a bite right out of the middle and then I put it in the fridge. I just like open it when I get home. I go, "Arr!"
Do you put it
And
on the
then
floor?
not on the floor, but I
Okay.
will like take a chunk out of like just like a random part of it, and then I'm like, okay, it can now go into the fridge. I do think that the wing part also, if you don't eat it immediately, there's no
Yeah.
point in eating it later.
It's gross.
Like,
It gets rubbery.
yeah, you gotta grab the wings, hurt
Yeah.
a random part of the middle, take like a little bit of the leg, and then it can sit in the fridge and hopefully no one comes over. And this is again, if I'm
No one comes over
alone.
and picks it up and takes a bite and puts it back.
No, I would respect that. I'd be like, that person is my person. I'd
That's
be
a
like,
power move.
we're together. But like, imagine someone comes over and you're like, oh, I have some roast chicken, like we could add to our dinner. And you pull it out and there's just like a bite taken out of the middle, and you're just like, I feel like I would cut that part off and
Yeah.
try to hide it, and then like nicely slice it for like on top of a salad or noodles or something like that. But it's like, this is my private time with my roast chicken. Thank you, actually.
Eddie, my toddler, is obsessed with the giant chicken ovens at Costco, to the point where we can't
nice.
talk about Costco because he yearns to go see the big ovens at Costco. So like when we go there, the whole time we're there, it's like we're like, Eddie, try this sample. Like, Eddie, let's go look at the toys. Eddie, look at all the lights. And he's like, big ovens, see big ovens. And it's all he wants to do is go see. And I just have to stand there holding him. And he's watching the big ovens and they're just putting the chickens in. Everyone's looking at me like, can I help you? And I'm like, my kid just wants to see the ovens.
Okay, here's the thing. He has your DNA. He yearns for Food Network, but he's not old enough to watch TV and doesn't need any screen time. But as soon as you decide to turn on the screen time floodgates, like, that's a Food Network baby. And actually, when we went to a grocery store after your marathon and we were walking around and you were like, oh, we have to go look at the big ovens. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. I didn't think about that enough. I was just like, oh yeah, of course, we got to go find the big ovens.
We got to go look at the big oven.
I was like, oh yeah, okay. So we went and we found the ovens that like the grocery store used. And I didn't think about it again even once afterwards. I was just like, oh yeah,
did not think it was weird at all.
I was like, oh yeah, that checks out. That's fun. And he loves watching you make pizza in the pizza oven. So
yes.
Yeah.
He just loves cooking. Like, I'm like, we got to go to, for any Canadians, we got to go to Swiss Chalet so he can like see the rotisserie chicken. Like, his brain's going to explode if we go to Swiss Chalet.
Yeah. Big rotisserie has him on the hook.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to Costco on Friday and I'm like, oh my God, I'm already dreading. Like, I'm just going to be standing at those big ovens all night until we check out.
I wonder if there's like a rotisserie chicken oven toy. Like,
honestly, there should be.
Big Costco put out rotisserie chicken toys.
I've never met another kid that's like as into the big ovens as him. And it's like, we'll see the ovens at other grocery stores, but it's like they don't hit the same. Like, he's like not impressed. Like, he only wants to see the ones at Costco because
the
they're
Costco
like
ones
massive.
Are impressive. Yeah, they are better than the other grocery stores. Now, his last love was skeletons.
Yes.
Is he sad that they're gone now?
So there's still a lot out in our neighborhood, and like we haven't put our skeletons away yet. But I was explaining that the skeletons are gonna go to sleep for the winter. And they're not gonna be back until next year. And he like hasn't quite understood. So hopefully he will get over the loss of the skeletons, but it's gonna be rough for a couple days. I think
you can now explain Santa Claus.
Yes, I think we kind of have. We're like, oh, there's these things called holidays, and Halloween was a holiday, but we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be a rough week for me between the Costco big oven and the putting away the skeletons. Everyone, please keep me in your thoughts.
Big weekend coming up.
Yeah, big weekend coming up.
Just like Dougie and Asher's big dinner, where Dougie, like, frankly, like the best of us, is like, oh, I gotta load up on these chips because I'm hitting the Atkins diet right afterwards.
Yes.
And it's like, I gotta order 5 beers because I'm gonna go on a diet tomorrow. And then
Oh my
changes his
God.
mind.
The 5 beers in 2 hours discussion. Terrifying.
Was it one? I feel like it was 1 hour. Both are wildly unreasonable. But like that is way too many drinks.
Yeah, I think he said 2 hours, but I don't know. I could have misheard. Ugh. This is just like so scary to me. Drunk driving is so scary to me. Every time I'm anywhere where I know people are probably drunk driving, it makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course. And like the whole conversation where he was like, or Asher was like, oh, like you grab another beer, like I'll drive, no worries at all, like ball out, have a good night. And then he's like, no, like I want you to do that. We're gonna get you a tequila shot. And then he goes up to the waiter because he says in front of Asher that he's gonna order a Diet Coke or a Coke. Sneaks up to the waiter and says, oh, make mine a rum and Coke, but put it in the normal Coke pop cup and like make it seem like I didn't add this, which is so crazy to do. And he keeps doing this thing where on the drive home, he'll wait until he's been driving for a while to do the breathalyzer. And I think that someone had left a voicemail making an excellent point saying where he almost wants to drive drunk and do it successfully and get people home successfully so he can tell himself that his wife passing away wasn't his fault and wasn't the result of his actions. So he keeps putting himself in the situation where he's a drunk driver but successfully drives home and it's fine. And when he blew the breathalyzer, like he was pretty much over the limit.
Yeah.
Like it was so close. Like you give yourself another 10 minutes for the drink you just had to get into your system. You know, blow again in 2 minutes and you know what, you're probably over the limit.
Yeah, for sure. No, and like Asher's in an awkward spot because he's like, oh, like it's okay, just drop me off at Abshir's house and I'll go home because he needs to go change this battery. I was so worried when they went to the convenience store that Dougie was about to buy alcohol to like drink in the store.
I thought he was going to do that too. Instead, he just got some gay porn magazines to look at while driving and then to tell Asher it's okay, it would be worse if this is the kind of penis you had. It was a weird drive.
It was a weird drive. And he continues on by being like, oh, can you get Nala to curse me?
Okay, like, can I just add one insert? I do think Nathan Fielder should have put in photos of Brian Wolf for this.
Oh my God, that would have been really funny.
That would have been such a fun callback that, like, I feel like not that many people would have got him, but would have been so funny.
It would have taken too many people out of the show, though.
Would anyone else know?
Yeah. Oh, you know, the internet would immediately be all over that.
It would have been so good. It would have been so unbelievably iconic. I mean, I'm sure Brian Wolf, like, I don't know if he would say yes, but considering what's already out there. Wait, maybe.
I doubt it.
It was already on the show.
I guess.
Yeah.
What did you think of the rapping? Asher's rapping to Hell Yeah.
So good. Best part of the episode. Like, so joyful. Such, like, reckless abandon. Singing along with your butt in the car. Like, so much bad things and chaos are happening around you, but they're just, like, in the moment, singing, so happy about what's going on. Like, it felt like a very genuine friendship moment where you could actually see that these people had been friends before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we got the other scene too of Whitney singing in the car. So now we've gotten both characters doing their own little ditty. She sang "Dancing on My Own," and he was singing "Hell Yeah, Pimp the System."
Yeah. I thought it was very good. I loved it. It was probably like the best part of the episode as far as like being genuinely joyful and enjoying what you're watching.
Um, but yes, good for Asher. I'm glad he got to blow off a little steam before he goes to fix the fire alarm. But yeah, they arrive at the house and it seems like Nala's asleep, but it turns out she is not. And Dougie's able to convince Asher that yes, he should get Nala to curse him since they're already there. He like manufactures this reverse heist to get into Nala's room and is like, "Oh, we have to change all the fire alarm batteries because if one goes, they're all going to go soon." And when he's in there, he offers Nala $20 to curse him. And she's like, obviously very uncomfortable. Like, why would she not be? And he keeps trying to play it off. And then he kind of like begs her in a really pathetic way and says he needs her to do it because he can't keep doing this. And then Nala basically just screams for her dad to come.
Yeah, it was very weird. And I think what we're seeing happen is that he wants to be able to blame a curse on what's happened in his life. And so that's where we see all of this emotion and we see him, you know, wanting to joke around with Asher saying like, "Oh, it'd be so funny if I did this." But I think he feels like Asher has this quote unquote proof that he is being cursed. He claims he's not the one who put the chicken in the fire hall. And so I think, again, he's trying to skirt responsibility for his actions and say, if I've been cursed, then I'm not responsible for all these bad things that have happened. Also, a weird tangent. But we got messaged by a listener right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So on Instagram, it's Derek Brothers. And he said, streaming is getting ridiculous. And I normally watch Nathan For You on HBO Max, and it's $110 per year. But I found out that Amazon Prime sells individual episodes. All seasons are $20 a piece, and you can stream them forever.
Oh.
For some reason, season 4 is $29, but if you buy each individual episode of season 4 individually, it's $23.92 since they're $2.99. So I'm doing that. And I just messaged him being like, "Ha, we're in the middle of recording, and I'm gonna mention this." And then he said some really nice stuff about us. So thank you, Derek.
That's so funny. I love this. Listen, our listeners, they're deep in the finances. They're like, we are being fiscally responsible consuming our Nathan Fielder content, and we will not be getting ripped off by HBO Max.
Yeah, like the amount of add-ons I've had to get when we went back and we were finishing Nathan For You, and now I have Paramount Plus. I have to like have Crave. Like, there's all this stuff just to get our Nathan content. And like, even if, because I think you have the DVDs, right?
No, a friend lent them to me, but I had to send them back to him, so I don't have it anymore.
That's very kind and generous of you.
I know. He literally mailed it to me too. Like, he lives in London, Ontario, but
yeah, I wouldn't have anything to play a DVD on if I did get the DVDs. But this is a great idea. Maybe I'll get that, because then you have them forever and you don't have to try to hunt them down. So that would be really good.
But the one thing is, this is actually a big thing. This is not to get into like all of these weird niche like political issues that I know about, but this was a big thing a few months ago with Amazon. They switched the type of ebooks that they sold on their web store. Yeah. And it was a certain type that is not able to be downloaded, so you can't like download the hard copy and keep it forever. So people were getting really upset. Well, so people were getting upset because they're like, okay, so if I buy a book that might be controversial, maybe could potentially be banned in the United States for political reasons, and they decide like, no, we're not allowed to read that book anymore, they can just get rid of it. And even though you paid for it, you don't get the physical downloadable copy of the book. So Amazon, just one more reason why Amazon's evil.
I feel like that
But-
is very specific. Like, I don't know how many books I'm reading that like are gonna get banned, but I do think if you buy it, you should be able to download it.
Yeah, you'd be shocked. Like, book banning is like an actually like insanely big thing in the States right now. I highly encourage people to like look into this. It's like really upsetting if you look into some books that are being banned at schools. Like some books like The Giving Tree, for example, is like banned in schools. Like there's stuff like you think of like the Hunger Games where it's like, okay, they're
Yeah.
like, you're gonna rise up against our awful dystopian government. So they're like banned. Like Handmaid's
Hell yeah,
Tale,
brother.
banned. Like all of these books that are
But
works of
Handmaid's Tale
art.
is such a good idea.
Yeah, famously.
Enslave the ladies.
They're like, those are the good guys.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, I love the color red.
Yeah. They're like, the women should all be in red robes. Just saying. Anyways, not to get all into book banning.
I was like, I know this is gonna get us real off track, but like Derek's telling us some good information and I gotta share it with the people.
Yeah. But yeah, so like for example, the episode about Summer Ice that Paramount Plus took down, something like that can happen with like books, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Censorship is really an important and hot topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
If anyone wants to talk to me about book banning, I'm always happy to rant about book banning and how awful it is.
Yeah. Okay, let's circle back to
Yes.
Dougie crying to Nala in her room that he like snuck his way into in a really weird way to pretend to switch her, I guess, fire detectors, and then like really freaked out at her. And Nala kind of protected him a bit by saying that he was just crying and she needed some help and like thought he might need help, but didn't mention to her dad that he was being super weird about the curses and was like begging this random small child to curse him, which is a very weird move. And then they leave together. It's very strange because Asher like understands what's happening and is trying to get them to move on and get out of here.
Yeah, it's a really awkward situation. Made my skin crawl a lot.
Yeah.
Just like the idea of this grown man being in this little girl's room like late at night
not okay.
is so nefarious and weird.
Asher was trying to stay and he kept trying to come up with reasons to make him leave, which is also very creepy and strange.
Yeah, I really didn't like it. But yeah, Asher's obviously mad at Dougie for this.
Fair.
And they get into this argument because Asher's like, oh, you made me go over there and like all of these things. And which Dougie comes back with like, I can't force you to do anything. Like, you're a grown man, basically. Which like, yeah, like Asher at the end of the day is a pushover for everyone. Dougie, his wife. Is it warranted because he thinks these people are his friends and are on his side? So he's like, you know, just trying to be friendly with them? Maybe, but he should be standing up for himself more. Clearly.
Yeah, it's like the closest. It's like his literal wife, who he is unaware is talking unbelievable amounts of shit behind his back. One of his oldest friends who traveled across the country to help him on his show, who he thinks is like, and he was even apologizing earlier for not spending more time with him. So I don't think it's as obvious that all these people are conspiring against you that you would realize.
Yeah. What a scary thought.
Yep.
Everyone around you hates you. It's like, oh my God.
I have
hate
those days.
that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get into this fight and I think it really like comes to a head when Dougie accuses Asher of cosplaying as a good man and asks him like, yeah, how does that feel? And Asher responds back to him like, I don't know, ask your wife.
He does immediately apologize. It is very out of pocket, but also crazy. And so, yeah. not the best ending to our little friendship date. Like, it is obviously very awkward. And then when after they're fighting and Dougie like grabs what he claims is a fly, like his face is crazy. Like, just some bad stuff is happening in this man's mind right now. Like, their wholesome boys' date really took a bad turn at the end.
Yeah. It was not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
A weird ending. Asher tries to like salvage it.
Yeah. He lets Dougie keep the chicken, and I'm kind of expecting when he goes to get the leftover chicken, it won't be there.
Oh yeah, when he's like maybe like the next morning when he wakes up.
Yeah, I feel like the chicken will be gone for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Dougie also says like, "Oh, we need more friends than enemies in the world." And Dougie's this weird thing where he like fake slaps a fly.
Yeah. Like,
It's
was it
so
a threat?
awkward.
It's like don't flinch.
It felt threatening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dougie says, "I curse you,"
That
as
was
Asher's
crazy.
walking into his house.
That's crazy. Like, I guess you would never know if a friend of yours has done that. But don't do that. That's out of pocket.
Yeah, I hate
That'd
it.
be so, like, imagine you overheard your friend looking you dead in the eyes. Like, maybe they didn't realize like the window was rolled down a little.
Oh my god.
They're like,
and they're
curse
cursing.
You. What do
Nightmare.
you say? Are you like, me? You're cursing me?
Me? Are you sure?
Take it back.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Stop it.
It's so scary. I'm so worried for Asher.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not good. And then kind of the last little scene, we see Dougie's Mustang on the highway going home. We see Whit driving home. And then the pièce de résistance, we see that the native sculpture I guess calling it a sculpture is maybe like giving it a little too much credit. The offensive native thing from the putt
mini
course,
putt statue,
the mini putt statue that Whit bought for Kara is just sitting on the curb and gets picked up by the garbage truck.
They get smushed.
Yeah.
Kara's like, I didn't fucking ask for this. Bye, bitch.
Yeah. So real.
One of my friends, she always posts like on garbage day in Toronto, like out of her window, she'll like zoom in when the garbage truck is like scooping everything up and smushing it on like furniture days and stuff. So it is kind of satisfying seeing the garbage truck do like a big smush.
A big smush.
Big smush, baby.
Do you ever watch those videos of like the hydro? What is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what that thing's
and then
called.
All the stuff like
smushes and explodes. Yeah. The press, a hydraulic press.
Yes, that's it. And then I've also been watching, there's a glass blowing show. I think it's called Blown Away on Netflix. And normally, like, seeing things get smushed and broken and stuff can kind of be fun. I don't like it when it's this context. It makes me like really anxious and sad every time someone breaks their piece. So
it's like when they do the cake shows and someone like drops their cake.
Yeah, I really hate that. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. The next episode is called Young Hearts. And the description is Dougie gets a surprise visit and the seagulls go bowling.
What do we think the surprise visit is?
Could it be Kara? Is that too obvious? I hope it's the burn victim from the show.
Oh my god.
I want him to show up. Sue me.
That would be incredible. I do really hope that we get the burn victim couple. That would be crazy. Young Hearts.
I guess it could be Asher's ex-girlfriend who lives in Santa Fe.
Be crazy. Yeah.
I don't know.
And hopefully some wholesome bowling.
I fear
unlikely
it won't be. I mean, Asher's cursed. He's not going to bowl well.
Yeah, that's the real curse. Yeah.
You're going to be a bad bowler.
I think you were talking
Heartbreaking.
about him dying earlier, and you're like, oh, but like maybe he'll be bad at bowling, and that would also be humiliating.
As like a very competitive person, that would be a nightmare scenario for me to go and like do really bad at bowling.
Yeah, it does really sting if you're bad and like a bunch of people are watching you. And bowling's like supposed to not be that hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, we do have a voicemail.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like we should listen and
Indulge.
indulge in the voicemail and discuss. So I'm going to play it right now.
Hey friends, hope you guys are doing well. Really sorry about the Blue Jays. I too am a big Blue Jays fan. Watched
My
every
heart.
game in Israel, so waking up at 2 a.m. and it was a real heartbreaker. We're proud of our boys, but yeah, we really wish the outcome could have been different. And I'd like to think Nathan is a big Blue Jays fan too. I had one other thing I wanted to share with you guys and get your opinion on. So I noticed recently that on the Summit Ice Apparel website, on their About page, they say the following. In October of 2023, our sales plummeted by 90%. We couldn't figure out why. After extensive market research, only one answer made sense. Consumers had suddenly become more savvy about the quality of our Softwell jackets. Therefore, we believe the best way to achieve our goal is raising awareness by shifting our primary brand focus from genocide to craftsmanship. Now, it's quite obvious to me, especially as a Jew who lives in Israel, that October of 2023 is when Hamas attacked Israel, when the war started, and there was kind of this global rise in anti-Semitism, and that's quite obviously why their sales plummeted on Summit Ice. Now, I'm not sure if Nathan or whoever's behind this is being tongue-in-cheek. They could have said, November 2023. I don't know. I really debated this with my friends. I think they are not referencing the October 7th war. He thinks it's their way of saying, like, yeah, obviously it's because of anti-Semitism and the war, but I'm really not sure. So check out the About page, and I would really like to know what you guys think, because you are the Nathan for You experts. Thanks so much.
Okay, wait, let's start baseball.
Yeah, let's start with the bad news. We know for a fact Nathan Fielder doesn't cheer for the Blue Jays, unfortunately.
Which is kind of bullshit. Like,
it is.
Stop marketing yourself as Canadian and then, like, being a sneaky snake.
It is rough. Yeah, he does cheer definitely for the Padres, which I know Emma Stone's husband and herself are huge Padres fans. They go to a ton of games. And so he was spotted with her at a Padres game, and I think by himself too. So he definitely is a Padres fan. But I feel like, no offense to Nathan, like he might be a bit of a bandwagon guy because he was also at a Yankees game earlier this year. So I'm like, brother, who are you out here cheering for? Like, yeah, those are two different leagues, but still.
But you can just go to like a sports game and watch, and you don't have to necessarily be like a super big fan of either team.
I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like you should be like, I feel like he was at the Yankees game. I don't remember if he was wearing a Yankees hat or anything, but like, I don't know. I feel like it says a lot that he was not at a Yankees Padres game.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, as someone who is Canadian who gets handed the teams to cheer for, my life's very easy,
Yeah.
Raptors, Maple Leafs, Blue Jays. I don't really care about anyone else. And frankly, I don't even care much about those teams. But I was a dedicated Blue Jays fan for 4 hours during Game 7. And that, they let me down.
Okay, I will say, actually, I was wrong. It wasn't the Yankees. He was at a Mets game. So that is less bad. And he was actually a Mets-Padres game. So maybe he's actually a Padres fan and he went to go see them in New York. He wasn't wearing any merch from what I can tell. But sorry, I don't want to mislabel him as a Yankees fan. That's so rude of me to do.
But yeah, I think for the less important part of your comment, unfortunately, he does not cheer for the Blue Jays.
Yes.
Very impressive you do. And waking up, there's very little I would wake up at 2 a.m. to watch. Sports is definitely not one of them. My parents, over COVID, got super into F1. And I remember that they would like beg me to come and watch the races in the morning. And so I would go sometimes, but like sometimes I'd fall asleep. And my mom was like so disappointed in me one day, but the race was at like 6 a.m. and I was like, okay, if you're going to be really disappointed if I fall asleep, like I'm just not coming. Like
I'm just not participating.
I'm just so sleepy. Like I'm just such a sleepy lady. And like my eyelids get real heavy. Like I can't be conscious in this world sometimes.
Yeah. So I was at the World Series Game 7 game
Isn't
here
that
in Toronto.
crazy? I tell everyone that because it is insane you got tickets. So
Yeah.
brag a little, have a moment.
It was a very dramatic 24 hours with how I got these tickets because I was out watching Game 6, not at the stadium or anything. We got my mom to come babysit my son because my husband and I really wanted to watch Game 6. We were hoping we were going to win. We were like, oh my God, it's going to be so fun. Like, let's go out and watch with our friends. While we were out, after the Jays had lost Game 6, I got a text from one of my other friends who apparently like had bought 4 tickets, had never mentioned this, and messaged me. It's like, I don't know, midnight, 12:30, and she's just like, hey, do you want to come to the game tomorrow? And my husband and I had promised each other we were going to go together, but like he was like, you just have to go. Like, you have to go. You can't miss it. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I got to go, face value, which is crazy because people were reselling these tickets for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was it was so much fun until it wasn't fun anymore. And then it was truly a devastating walk home. I shed some tears. I'm not going to lie. I did cry a little bit. But, you know, still love the Jays. I'll always love the Jays. I've been a fan my whole life. So we'll come back better next year.
Famously, before you even existed.
Famously, I was named after a Blue Jays player from the 92-93 World Series. So I feel born into this fandom. But yeah, it was really crazy. I've never experienced a sporting event like that. Like, it was just like the amount of people, like everyone cheering, the screaming, like they score a run and like everyone's like high-fiving, like everyone's like hugging each other. It was just so nice to be in such a like a nice, happy place. And then when they lost, it was like truly like silence like I've never experienced. It was awful, but
so rough.
If you're ever thinking like, should I go watch my favorite sports team in a playoff do or die game where their hearts might be broken, like, yeah, I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah, it looks super fun. Watching it was very fun. I learned more about baseball than I've ever known. The Blue Jays seem like it was like a fun little boys' night. Like they seem like I heard about one of the players talking about how they have the power of friendship. Like it seems a lot more wholesome than I previously thought. Like I kind of liked it.
Yes, the team is very close. I will say also, like, I was explaining this to my coworker who also was at the game. We were talking about it the other day, and I was like, yes, it was bad. Obviously, it sucks that we lost the World Series. I'm like, but the Buffalo Bills, the other team that I cheer for in the other sport that I care about, have lost the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. In 1991, 2, 3, and 4, they went to the Super Bowl and lost. So, like, it could be worse. Like, if we lose 3 more times.
Did you say 1992, 3, and 4?
1, 2, 3, and 4.
You weren't alive then.
I know, but I know what happened.
It's not like you watched this. One of the years you didn't exist.
Then you were like experience it. I didn't like experience it, but I'm like
a non-issue.
But I'm like, imagine how those people felt. Like that's just as bad.
Oh, it's definitely worse. But yeah.
Anyways, to get to the real question about Summit Ice.
Yeah. I
feel like we talked about this briefly during the Paramount Plus rehearsal season 2 episode.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing that we don't know for sure is when the Summit Ice website was actually updated, because they relaunched Summit Ice in April of 2025, seemingly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they updated this website in 2023 or if they just updated it for when they kind of relaunched stuff. I feel like they probably did it when they relaunched stuff. To me, the comment seems tongue-in-cheek. Reading like the rest of the About Us, based on like, because what they say, I feel like the previous website was like a lot more specific about the Holocaust versus this one says that
Genocide a lot.
they said they financed education programs for young people grades 5 to 12 in Western Canada and throughout North America to educate them about intolerance, racial bias, and genocide. However, this focus on the message behind our jackets has come at a cost. And then it kind of like talks about how they put charity first and all these things. But it does read very tongue-in-cheek to me.
Yeah, it seems it would be crazy to write October 2023 and not be referencing October 7th. And then I think kind of as Kelly mentioned, for them to say like sales dropped by 90%, like people probably weren't really buying Summit Ice as much in 2023. Like it's probably very tongue in cheek. And then with the whole rebrand and like relaunch of like their new, better outerwear after the rehearsal is very exciting. So he was probably just using it as an opportunity to reference the racism that people are experiencing today. And so, yeah, I would say that it seems too on the nose to not be a reference, right?
Yeah, I also feel like Nathan Fielder doesn't do anything on like as an accident. He's so methodical with every single thing he does.
Him and Taylor
Granted,
Swift,
like
masterminds.
Yeah, like we don't know how much he's involved in writing the About Us on Summit Ice.
Yeah.
But I imagine he probably like read the copy.
Oh, yeah, it'd be crazy if a random employee like who's updating their website was like, I'm just going to add this.
Yeah.
Like, it had to have gone through like management, or I feel like it has to go past him. If you're going to add that, that'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah. It also is funny because like their whole thing is like 100% of our profits since our founding have, okay, I'll like just read this part. Since our founding, 100% of our profits have gone to the Vancouver Holocaust Education Center in Vancouver, Canada, and other organizations that work to fight intolerance. And this practice will continue. But our newfound investment in quality means that, at least in the short term, slightly less money will go to them. So we can put our resources toward delivering you the best technical jacket on the market. And hopefully in the long run, everyone will benefit. We've learned that charity doesn't mean you have to compromise quality.
Yeah, very funny. And I have heard good things about the new jackets. But they are, okay, something that really grinds my gears, because, you know, we like this show. We're very invested in a very specific individual. Like, we might be the only people still talking about this. And so it's like, oh, maybe I'll grab some stuff from Summit Ice. The cost for Canadians to buy Summit Ice is so unbelievably preventatively expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many reasons to buy this, and even as like, oh, a gimmick gift, you know? When else are, like, we're the number one people who should be walking around buying this. The number of times I put it in a cart and been like, it's like $250 to get like a t-shirt that says Summit Ice on it because of all the fees and everything. I'm like, it's honestly crazy. So the fact that it's not like, is it not made in Canada? I'm not understing. Like, how are we not?
It's definitely not made in Canada.
Like, why am I paying tariffs on Summit Ice merch, Nathan Fielder? It's supposed to be made in Vancouver. Do a pop-up in Toronto. Come on now. Do a pop-up. The pop-up, you've already made a pop-up. Do it. It'd be iconic.
I feel like there's no way that he would ever do it. I feel like they don't keep that much stock anyway of these products.
Every like time there's a holiday, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go like, just check. And then I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I spend money on stupid stuff, but this one in particular seems like crazy high.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. There's a lot of stuff in Canada that is just too prohibitively expensive, unfortunately.
But I hope that you and your friend had some fun debating this.
Yeah, if you want to check us out on social media, we're at NathanForUsPod on Instagram, at NathanForUsPodcast on TikTok. Send us a voicemail if you're interested. We always get a kick out of them. And
You keep not
subscribe on
playing the
YouTube.
ones. You keep not playing the voicemails your mom submits. Like your mom was in Berlin and recorded a voicemail at a bar, and you're like, no.
She was in Ireland. Please.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah,
I would
we
have
maybe
known if you played the voicemail.
I'll play it maybe next week. She will be sad. She says she likes listening to the podcast because it's like I'm hanging out with her.
Oh,
I know.
Sherry's
It's
like
very
the
sweet.
biggest,
Hi, Mom.
sweetest.
I love you. My
Hi.
eyes drooling, but I love you.
Oh. Happy drool? Are your eyes drooling with joy?
No, I think there's a cat fur in them.
Yeah. This has been Kelly and Megan and Kelly's eye drool on your side. You're on the struggle bus a bit.